Before us here is the brand new 2025 Cooper S, and in this video we are going to be reviewing this Mini. I'm super excited. We have this beautiful yellow paint and we're going to take a look around the interior, take a look around the exterior, take it for a drive, and we're going to see what this car is like in 2025 and maybe how it compares to the previous generation. If you haven't yet, please make sure you hit subscribe and like, as we really appreciate it. My name is Ethan and welcome to Car Creations. So off the bat we come to the front end, and that's one of the biggest changes. We have these new headlights that not only have the LED ring, they also have two little slits through it, kind of give the light more depth and gives the car a bit more of personality. They've also pushed the lights forward and tilted them up a little bit. Harkens back more to the R56 or that generation of Minis, and maybe even the classic Minis. Other than that, the front end looks pretty similar to the previous generation. We have this body colored grille, and we have an addition of a radar sensor here, and that's how you get all the new self-driving features with this car. And one of the things they've changed is that this car is completely rid of all chrome. Instead, we have brushed aluminum look or titanium look on the badges, as well as some cars have it on the surround that goes around the front grille, or it's kind of a gold color like this car. And you'll see those touches around this car and throughout the Mini line. Moving on to the side then, they've removed the indicators here, and they have instead put them onto the mirrors. So these mirrors are now a lot bigger, and they also have the indicator, and they have a little camera here which helps with the surround view when you're parking and helps with making sure that the car will alert you if you have someone in your blind spot. Alright then, so moving to the back of the car, the first thing that you'll notice with these cars is the fact that they replaced the round tail lights with these kind of triangular tail lights. And to be honest, they kind of look like Spider-Man's eyes, in my opinion. Aren't my favorite, and there is a lot of comments online about people hating on these, but I think they do tie in the rear of the car together quite well. The rear boot lid has sharp edges, and the bumper has sharp edges with the diffuser and how everything interacts with each other. One of my favorite things about the rear is where it says Cooper S in this fun font. It looks like it's embossed right into the rear boot lid. Alright, so let's now get into the car and take a look at all the things that they've changed inside. First off, on the side we have three-way controls to control the seat, and you don't have to worry about trying to adjust with the manual anymore, because I like to sit really low in the car when I drive it. Upon entering this car, the first thing that you'll notice is that we have this knitted material over the entire car. And in this car, it's in white. Some cars you get, it'll be black down at the bottom and then white headliner and white pillars. So you either get white down here or you get white up there. You can't choose all black or all white now. When I touched a lot of the materials of this car, it felt a little bit textured and scratchy, so I almost got the feeling at first that it felt cheap. But upon closer examination, they've just textured them. And so it's still the same plastic as previous Minis, so it should still hold up the same for just general use. What they don't have in previous Minis is this fake leather, so we'll see how well that holds up, and nothing's gonna hold up quite as well as real leather, so guess we'll find out about that. And also on this dash, I feel like you get some fingerprints on there, and if you have the type of passengers that don't think about your car and put their feet on the dash or whatever, that'd be really hard to get footprints out, or grimy fingerprints or whatever. But talking about the dash, they do have this cool little blue stripe that kind of matches what you have on the steering wheel. Super cool because it has a piece of fabric and it's kind of like the third spoke on the wheel. What Mini has done in this new car is harken back to previous Minis where they've taken away the speedometer in front of you. Instead, you now see your speed and everything on the center display. However, what you can do is spec your car with a heads-up display, and you can see it up there, which honestly, I used to drive a car with a heads-up display and it looks really good. You can see your speed at all times and you don't have to worry about looking down, and I barely ever looked at my cluster. So I think that's good as long as you have the heads-up display. If you don't have the heads-up display, it could be kind of annoying. So if we draw our eyes to the center console, we have the control panel right here with a couple switches, couple buttons, and a little, looks like a little turn switch, and that's where you turn on the car. So you don't have a switch that you press down anymore like the previous ones. You turn it like you're turning a key, which I think is a really cool touch. And if you look, this little control panel here looks exactly the same as the one they have in the classic Minis. So I love that little harken back to the past there. It looks really cool. And then looking up, you have the center infotainment display. Thousands of apps it feels like they can go through, and you can even download even more in the store. If you want to see more about that, we did a video where we went through everything, and you can see that in the pop-up banner here. But just basically, you have your home display, and you can just go through it by pressing the different experiences. You can get to green mode, you can get to your sports mode, you can get to balance, timeless, a bunch of different modes that basically will do different things, such as give you stiffer brakes, give you stiffer suspension, sharpen the throttle response when you're in sport mode, or if you're green mode, it will loosen the suspension, it will make the throttle response a little bit less responsive, so you're not like wasting a ton of gas. And each mode is a little bit different and has different things that you can tailor for your own needs. So you probably noticed that a lot of the buttons that you used to access in the center dash in previous F-Series Minis are gone. For example, climate control. But you can still access those from the infotainment. So in order to do that, you just go to the home screen. There's a little action bar across the bottom. On the far left, there's a fan. And up comes all your controls for air and heat. So I can turn up the fan speed right here. I can turn on AC, I can turn on max AC, I can turn on how hot, how cold, dual climate controls, all that kind of stuff right from the screen. And the car even has a wireless charger right up down here. And you just put your phone on it, and it'll start charging right up. Now that I've set my seat up, when I turn on the car, it should pull my seat forward. So it pulls my seat forward, tucks me in, and we are ready to go and drive. So off the bat, I'll say this. It feels very similar to driving my Mini. With the steering weight, maybe it's a little bit more dampened over bumps. So right now we're going through town, so we can just turn it with the experiences over to green and save some gas. Love having the maps on the full screen, it looks super cool. Your speed is in big bold letters at the top, so you can easily see that out of the side of your eye. I'd say that road noise is pretty similar to previous models. When we're coming to where we're going to turn, the map takes priority on my heads-up display, moves the speed over, and tells me which road we're going to turn at. So if you want more of a sporty drive, you just bump it now into go-kart mode. And that will go woohoo! And then you know that it's time for power mode. And you get a lot more power. And it is pretty peppy. I'm just gonna see how quick it is. 0 to 35. That's pretty quick. That is very quick. I'm really excited to see what the JCW is like. That is a lot of fun. And it is definitely quieter inside the car. Like my Mini, I have the Pro exhaust on it, and it's really loud. You hear pops and bangs, and it makes a scene for sure. This car is a lot more quieter. You could probably put an exhaust on it, but Mini doesn't even make a Pro exhaust for the Cooper S anymore. And you still get that really fun torque steer that the front wheel drive Mini Coopers have, that give it that awesome character that makes so many folks fall in love with the brand. All in all, it's a super fun car. It handles corners with ease. Brakes super well, and it has some really good pickup when you want to, you know, race another driver off a stoplight. So it's really hard to try to find a spot that is you can show off some of the spirit of driving while in the city. We thought a parking lot would be perfect for that. Handles really well around the corner. So after our cornering test, it handles very well. Should you buy the new 2025 Mini? So I'd say that Mini has for sure taken away some of the more manual capabilities of this car, like changing gears, which kind of is sad if you're into Minis because of performance and because that way of driving. If you're just looking for a fun car that you can just tear around the city, go pick up the groceries or pick up the kids, or that's super comfortable on long drives, 100% the car for you. This car has all the gadgets, it has all the technology that you could possibly want, and it's still really fun if you want to do some spirited driving. But if you want to get more precise, if you want to hear the car revving up and down through the gears, it doesn't have paddle shifters. Alright, that's been our video. We hope you enjoyed. Please make sure that you leave down below any comments of what you think about this car, what you like, what you don't like, what you wish they included, and if you want to get one. I think this car looks amazing, and I love the new headlight, and I thoroughly enjoyed driving it. We hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next one.